believe people mirror themselves in the characters they like?
Sorry,
How do you believe people mirror themselves, or to what extent do you
because
believe?
they look very human-like. They have pretty characters, similar characteristics.
Yeah, so why do you believe these steps, like the ordinary place, the call to adventure, the refusal of the adventure, the grounding of the character, uh, how do you think it is important to the story?
Why do I think it is important?
To the story, thinking about
Because
thinking on the point of view of the readers, of course.
the readers,
Yeah, because
it
they
is
want to
important
mirror.
because, like, you don't want to make a character feel like he's just dead, like he just like a body mass that just say things without sense. I don't think that's really something that most of the readers would like.
So, but why do you believe this structure and these patterns, the way you ground your character as a simple character, even if the story is a big adventure story, uh, it is almost primordial that the writer grounds the character as someone accessible somehow, as someone uh, as someone who people can look at and can relate themselves, you know.
Yeah,
But why do you believe this pattern, this structure, is so effective?
because when you do something more simple, like you have people that identify as the character and like them, because with the most simpleness you can make a character, the more people will enjoy him.
The
Because
simpler you can make a character,
the more people will enjoy it him.
oh, I got it. And why do you think it is so?
Why? Because when someone is pretty simple, it's pretty easy to like you do a resume of the character. It's pretty easy to describe the character. It's pretty easy to do everything about the character.
But
You know?
remember, it's based on the point of view of the reader.
No, I know. Like when someone is simpler, it's easier to you to understand the purpose of the character. It's easier to you to
For you,
under for me to for you
it's
to
easier for
understand.
you, right? It's easier
Yeah,
for
for
you.
you to it's easier in general to understand the character.
But depending on on how it happens, like what happens with isekai mangas and animes, for example, it may become too simple, right?
Yeah,
And so, what do you believe is the borderline between uh, being too simple and being as simple as necessary for the interaction of character and reader?
I think like Sung Jin Woo is a pretty bad character because he's too simple, and it's just that. There's nothing about it besides that he kills someone, he rebirths, and do all over again.
I get it.
And for another example, Kazuma from Konosuba, he is a pretty developed character because he is a simple human with simple thoughts and a simple achievement.
What is the name of him?
Kazuma,
Kazuma. What is
yeah,
the name of the anime?
Konosuba,
Konosuba. What is it about?
isekai. It's an
Oh,
isekai.
it's an isekai. All right. But in this case, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, it's the best one.
I get it. Nowadays, I feel that's exactly what I feel. I like to connect with the characters. I like to feel the possibility that I would follow the same steps as him if I was in his place. Do you get it?
Yeah,
And I feel like if you create a character that is too overpowered, you know,
yeah,
uh, this connection is broken because the reader will never be able to look at that character and feel something like, well, I would do the same. I would be like him. I could be like him if things were different. If I had the same call to adventure, for example. You know, I feel like
yeah,
people want to feel special somehow, or at least people want to feel backed up. Did you get it?
yeah.
uh, and I also understand why it is a little harder for people to relate to characters of different genders, you know,
Yeah,
because it's hard to relate. You cannot see yourself as him, as her in this case, for us as men. Okay, and but what
yeah.
do you think you will do? Of course, I don't want you to tell me the story or tell me the end of the story, but how do you believe your character will develop as a non-relatable character? Because she's an assassin, right?
Non-relatable.
Yeah, it's not relatable. Usual people will not look at her and think, "Oh, I'd like to be like her," you know?
Yeah,
So the approach is completely different here. But how do you think people will relate to your character as to understand her better and to get more attached to your story?
attach it because it's not focused on her. That's the point of to attach someone. Because if you do a pretty bad protagonist and
Make or create.
if you create a really bad protagonist that has a pretty inconvenient objective like destroying every humankind, it's better to not just focus on him because you will just understand his point if you're like if you're insane, you know.
Hmm. So, would you say that as a protagonist, she is more part of the environment and the building of the environment than as a character herself.
Yeah, I would say that.
So
At least for the detectives.
exactly, she creates an environment for the detectives to work on, right?
Yeah,
And there's where the story really blossoms. Is that it?
yeah.
Okay. So, do you believe each one of your characters of the detectives, for example, are gonna go is since I said each one, I need to say is gonna go. Okay.
Okay.
Each one is gonna go through a process similar to the hero's journey, even if you don't describe it as a whole. But do you believe each one of them has their own hero's journey?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Each
And
of them has pretty different objectives, you know.
okay, pretty different objectives, but they are all going somehow through the steps of the hero's journey,
Yeah,
right? The ordinary place,
ordinary word.
the call to adventure, the refusal, right?
Yeah,
The difficulties when you are confronted by the difficulties of following your objective, right?
yeah.
Okay. And which one of them do you believe has its marked the most in themselves?
On the ending, I think it's Agami.
It's
or
Agami. The end of the
or
second
Dante
chapter.
or Dante. Because on the ending of Reaper Call itself, Agami changes pretty much
Hmm. Who dies by the end of the second chapter?
by the end of the second chapter. No one.
He doesn't die. It's, I believe there's a part when there's two chapters, but I don't remember exactly who were them,
I
and they
think
are
you say
talking.
that were Delta and Dante, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Delta and Dante, and they are talking, and by the end of the second chapter, you give me the impression that something happened to one of them.
Dante just isolated himself. He didn't die.
Oh, he isolated himself, thinking on what is happening.
Yeah, because Dante is someone that has problems with killing.
Okay, all right. Uh, he has problem with killing people himself, or with seeing any kind of killing.
He killed pretty much people in the past because of war, and he's traumatized about it.
He's traumatized about it now. I get it. Do you believe some of them are there to ground the true main character?
Ground.
Yeah, to help creating the basis for him. Or are all
Yeah,
of them main characters for you?
all of them are main characters, but there are some of them that I like to. I will make them shine more. You know.
I get it. And this is pretty interesting because I'm, as a reader myself, I do you remember the book I told you,
It
Ashen
was
Sand?
yeah.
Uh, there are three main characters in the book, but eventually, as the story goes by, the protagonism is turned into is turned on to only one of them. You know,
Yeah,
but in the first book there are three, but by the end of the second, it is clear that one of them is going to be the main character for real. And I remember thinking at the moment, well, that's not what I wanted to happen. I wanted to see the three of them being developed uh, through the story the same way, you know?
yeah.
But it didn't happen. How do you believe you will deal with that? Because eventually, readers start really following the story and feeling part of the story and wanting to know what happens in that universe. It becomes almost real for big fans, you know?
Yeah,
How do you believe you deal with that?
I will probably on the third chapter. I will focus on the people that went to war because the third chapter talks about the universe of Reaper Call. That on the year that it is
In the year?
in the year, it's not a thing that really happened on real life, but on Reaper Call, Japan and USA are in war
At war.
at war.
I get it. So because of that, there are the traumas, right?
Yeah,
But I didn't understand exactly how you deal with the expectations of the readers.
expectation of the readers. Like if you wanted to see someone
Yeah, because when you
develop.
start a story, people start to create expectations on you and your story.
Yeah,
And they are going to prefer one chapter other than the other, you know?
yeah,
And as you start the story, uh, setting up your characters as protagonists as a whole, all of them are protagonists. Eventually, you're going to start focusing on one or the other, and it's going to be a big decision because the opinion of your readers are going to influence you. How
yeah.
will you deal with that?
I
Do you
will
believe
do
it matters, these opinions?
no because if you follow the opinions of the readers, probably will do something like you don't want it to.
You didn't want to.
Yeah, you didn't want to. I don't remember something that went this way, but I remember that Rick and Morty had something similar but not equal.
Okay.
Like a fan literally just spoils the ending,
I get it.
and they changes it.
Oh, I get it. I understand. Uh, I think something similar happened to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it
The
happens.
last season ruined the whole series
Yeah.
because they spent the whole series building up around a few characters, and in the end, everything was different.
Oh,
Do you believe it's a good or a bad thing?
depending on
These plot
how do
twists.
you do, because Ripper Cone is more like if you identify as the character, okay, cool for you. Because all the characters are different on purpose. Because I like to do different characters. I don't like to like do something pretty
Generic.
similar, generic, similar. Nonetheless, all of the characters have different personalities. They take the responsibility differently. Like Agami is more a serious person, someone who really takes his job seriously. Dante is someone who takes his job seriously, but he's still traumatized by the war, so he can't focus it on his work. Delta is someone who deal with the work quickly and tries to what's the name of it? Publish it on journal because she was a journalist. Simon is someone who went to war and wanted just to have peace in himself and his friends because Simon really is traumatized, but he doesn't show it to anyone. He's more like a close person, like Agami. But Agami really doesn't show it really. And Scar relates with the situation more, I could say, more gentle, because Scarf is someone that I could say he tries to. He's more like a psychologist, even though he did psychologist.
Okay, even though he didn't graduate in psychology, he's kind of a psychologist to the people around him
Because Scarf is very positive of everything. If
about
you
everything.
if you take if you if you have attention on his
Pay
text,
attention.
if you pay attention to his text, more of his texts are positive.
Hmm. But do you believe it's because I don't I think you don't believe it. I think that's what it is. That because he's this positive because he's hiding what is truly inside of him.
No,
No,
no, he's really positive.
he's truly positive.
He's the only detective that didn't have dark side, a dark. What's the name
Past
of it? He
or
didn't have a
background.
dark past. He just lived peacefully, and he just wanted to be a detective.
I get it. Nice, very good. I'm waiting for the following steps of the characters. Okay,
That's why his development is around Jackie.
his development
His development,
is around Jackie because he himself is not a person with a huge background.
yeah,
I get it.
because Scarf is the complete opposite of Jackie. Jackie's a pretty pessimist person,
Hmm.
pretty negative. She's pretty negative. She really hates everything.
And
Meanwhile, Scarf really likes everything and is pretty positive about all.
and do you believe he's going to be one of the main characters at the end?
Scarf, he is a main character.
That's what I thought because uh, I realized when a character doesn't have a huge background, a huge past, is much likely because the author is going to develop his story along the book. You got
Yeah,
it?
I try to develop him as much as I can because I really like Scarf. I really like his design. I really like everything about him. I really like doing his dialogues because Scarf is someone that I really enjoy.
Making his dialogues in this case because you're creating it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I didn't do much Scarf dialogues.
Yeah, I saw it. I think I haven't even heard much of him during the book, the
He
first two chapters.
he didn't have so much focus. He just had focus on the first chapter, on the finale, and
The final, yeah,
on
finale,
the final
or at the end by the ending.
by the ending, and on the second chapter on some parts.
Okay, I get it. All right, waiting to see it, buddy. Great class. We are going to keep on it. Okay. I
Okay,
think we are getting good results. Good conversation. Learning a few new expressions. And let's keep on it. All right.
all right.
Congratulations. So that's it for today, my friend. I hope you have enjoyed this class and see you on
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, that's it. Bye, buddy. Have a good
Bye.
night.